Hello guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. I know many people are wondering what does this YouTube channel, what is it talking about, but let me explain it to you. This is a YouTube channel that explains stories and different ideas and different ideas, different ideologies, and different thinking of people, and also we will be looking at different perspectives of things in life that have been happening since the history of man. So things like, let's say, movies. Also, we explain some movies, we explain history, we explain mistakes that have been happening to the world and the good things that have been happening to the world. So this channel is a little bit of an eye-opening for the people who are watching and wondering what is about this channel. It's just an eye opener to show you more about the world, because I'll also be explaining some things that maybe you are familiar with, maybe you are interested in, and some of these things maybe they'll be interesting to you guys, and that's what I hope so. But one thing I can assure you, they are original things that you will find interesting. And some of these stories you've never heard of, and maybe some of them you've heard of. Maybe when we go to history, you'll be, it's obvious some of those things you've heard of. So as we start this video, today is on 14th February for Valentine's Day. People are celebrating today the day of the loved ones, people who are loving each other. Today is your day. So happy Valentine's to everybody, and to every couple over there. Happy Valentine's Day. And those people who don't have a couple date and are searching, continue searching. You'll one day find. And those people who are not searching and they're already satisfied, no problem. Happy Valentine's, and don't forget to share love with others, and happy Valentine's. And those people who are coupled together, happy Valentine's. And this day is for you. Make sure you enjoy it. As for us, we are not yet there, but we are hoping we'll be there. Just like that. So today we are going to start about the Matrix story. I don't know if you've ever seen this story for Matrix. There's a movie that was released on 1999 about Matrix and the world. That movie shocked a lot of people. First of all, the movie shocked people through its graphics and also its fighting scenes. The way that movie was filmed, no other movie was filmed like that. It was a blockbuster during the time for its release. And if you look at every type of movie that has even come to this year of 2000 year, there's no movie compared to that movie, because first of all, it's fight scene, the best fight scene that you can ever see. The movie, it's also applicable in this current time, because if you look like some movies, like let's say movies, I don't want to mention the type of movies, but movies that were released around that year, 1999, 1980, when you look at them right now, you'll see, this is fake. Some things are fake, but that movie, it will still shock you that you can't, it's very hard to see something that is fake or something that it looks unoriginal. That movie is original. So let's cut the short story long. That movie, Matrix was built as a continuation for Terminator. I don't know if you guys had seen Terminator. There was Terminator 1, 2, 3, and I don't know 4 later on, but those ones came on later on. So that Terminator, there was a boy called John Connor. John Connor was the child to Sarah Connor. So Terminator is Terminator happened that there's a machine that came to the past, tried to kill John Connor, because they believed John Connor is going to save the world and stop the machine world from evolving. So they looked for every way possible to kill John Connor. So the only way they found they could kill John Connor is to come to the past and kill him before he grows up. Because when it is in the future, when he is already grown, they won't be able to kill John Connor. So John Connor is when the Terminator is the continuation, because Terminator, they failed to kill John Connor. So Terminator is the continuation of the Matrix. So the Matrix is the future. The Matrix is when the machines, John Connor, which I know in Matrix you're wondering who is John Connor. In the Matrix, John Connor, there's no John. The name John Connor is not there, but there is another name, which is Neo. Neo is John Connor in Matrix, but they haven't written his name. And you know, when these people were writing this script, they were using initials like John Connor, JC. John Connor, JC means John Connor, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that is John Connor. So, and if you look, most of the movies during that time, many characters names were John. If you look at let's say which movie, Rambo, the main character is John. Let's look at Commando, which happened for that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Commando, he was called John Matrix. Most characters in the movie industry use the word John, and then a C name, which is John, the initial of Jesus Christ. Instead of writing Jesus Christ, they say John. So if you see a movie written John, the main character is John, they're talking about Jesus Christ. Most movies are talking about Jesus, but this is something that the movie film and industry have hidden from us, so we can't know. But if you look at these movies very well, the survivor always conquers and beats everybody. That is showing a symbolic sign of Jesus conquering and showing, like when you see Rambo eliminates an entire army. Who can do that? Only Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the one who has those features. Also in Commando, Jesus Christ does this. And not only those movies alone. Just be watching these movies. You'll see a reoccurrence of the name John in almost these movies. And you wonder, why is this name John coming up? Is there any other name? So first we move forward. Neo is John Connor, and I've told you John Connor is Jesus Christ in the Matrix. So John Connor, or Neo in the Matrix, was prophesied to save the world from the disasters that are happening to the world and save it. So in the Matrix, they say that this world is the sixth world that was made. So the time that that movie for Matrix was shot, it says that Neo is in the sixth world. So everything that is happening right that time, it is the sixth world, and the maker of the Matrix now. Matrix, let me explain what is the Matrix. So Matrix, it starts with a boy who was born, who was a computer programmer. So this computer programmer was wandering about the world, inquiring about the world. So one day when he was sleeping, he saw a message on the computer asking him to wake up. Now to wake up is like to realize that you've been sleeping, you've been living in a dream world. This world is just a dream world. So he met with a girl called Trinity. Trinity took him to a person called Morpheus. Morpheus in another language means our dream person. So Morpheus is the one who opened up Neo and told Neo, I'm just going to show you the way, but you are going to be the one who is going to walk the way. I won't be able to walk you through the way, but I'll just show you this is the way. It will be Neo's journey to walk through the way. No one can take you through the way because every person's way is different. So the experience that somebody else will be taken through that way is different from another person. Some person will be rough and some person will see a wider view. So Morpheus told Neo, I'm just going to show you the way. You're the one who's going to take the way and experience the way and see the way, how it was. So they opened up Neo. Neo woke up. They removed some things from his mind. So Neo woke up just basically. So when Neo was in the, how they woke him up, Neo was in the dream. There were two worlds: the dream world, which is the real world in quotes, dream world, and now the real world, which is where Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity and other guys were living. So Trinity and Neo were lovers. They used to love each other. So when you look at this Matrix theology, you see Neo eventually becomes stronger and stronger due to love. So people wonder, with all those graphics and everything, is something really happening like that? Maybe we have been plugged to some machines, but that was just a glimpse of what. But that movie had some inner meaning of everything that is happening in the world, because as I understood, I saw there was an explanation for that movie. The explanation, because there's another time that Neo met with Morpheus, and Morpheus was telling Neo, you see, if you look around this world, what do you see? You see policemen, you see lawyers, you see teachers, you see pastors, you see people waking up every day to work. But now that is the system that Neo and Morpheus and Trinity are against, because that system, it blocks people from living their life. Because every day we wake up, every day we have to wake up, look for money, and that system has never changed since a long time ago. That system has never changed, or anybody thought to review the system. As at least maybe on Saturdays we can be going out to have fun, or maybe on Saturdays we can be gathering as one. People will be viewing a film. Why does anybody bring up these ideas? Because we are just following blindly as sheep waiting to be slaughtered. We just do our work. As long as we do our work, we make the system work, and when we die, we leave the system behind, just completely working. So our energy has been wasted through to the system, helping the system. Sorry about that. Let me just adjust. Yeah, I know now it's fine. So sorry. We are just helping the system do its things. So we are just instruments for the system. There is no day the system will favor us. We all the time blindly helping the system that was created by some people who, even them, they were unknowingly, or maybe they were knowing, but foolishly and blindly they let it control them, and the system got out of hand until we have reached now. Those people are wondering, we created this thing to work, we created the schools to steal money from the poor people, but now the same schools are hurting us who we created them. So instead of them coming out and saying we did a mistake, but they're afraid of coming out because maybe they're not strong enough to say this message and accept that they have done wrong. So they die. We continue with the system. Like all these things that we are living right now, these are all the laws for people who passed. Laws for Abraham Lincoln, laws for George Washington, laws for people who died a long time ago, and we are still living with those laws. We have not even sat down and said that we should change some of these laws, or because that time those people who are living, it was a long time ago, and we don't know if these people were even sane. But me, I walk, we were just born, and we just continue following the laws. We never question why these things happen in such a way, or what is the benefit of these things, but we just sit and do things. But when you see as something that you cannot question it, no, somebody is preventing it from being questioned. Because if you can question something, then that something is a true thing. But if you can't question something, if you try to question it and something happens to you, you're killed. Because you're all this time you have seen many people being killed, like many people who have been trying to fight for the human rights, for freedom. And that's why in the Matrix, there's Neo was told by Morpheus, many people have come. Many people have tried to fight this system, but all of the people who have tried to fight the system, they have been killed. But Morpheus encourages Neo and tells Neo, everyone has been defeated, but you won't be defeated, because you, compared to those people who fought for this system, you are special. You are the one. Neo was an anomaly, a person who takes a different path, and that's what the system doesn't want. It doesn't want you to take a different path. It doesn't want you to question, because out of all these 99% of people in the world, only 1% of the people will question the system. And if you question the system kills you, because many people have questioned the system. Like, let me name some people who have fought the system. First of all, there's a person called Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a reggae artist who fought the system, and eventually, fighting the system, he succumbed to the system. He wasn't able to fight it through. He died at the age of 36. Even people are saying, oh, it's cancer. It's cancer. But why such a good person like Bob Marley, out of all the people, why does Bob Marley die at a young age when other people are living at longer age, who are not doing anything? Why Bob Marley, who is saying something that is so touching and something that is so so tough to the system, why is him being caught? Why not catch other people? Why people who are telling the truth, oh, suddenly die? Why do these people die? Those are the some things that we should be questioning ourselves. So Bob Marley died, was killed by the system. He tried to fight it until one time Bob Marley was referred to as the most dangerous black man on the world. He was the most dangerous black man on the world. He was referred to that by the CIA. People like Nelson Mandela have tried to fight the system and unite countries like Africa. People like who people like Peter Tosh, those are reggae artists, and mainly people who have been fighting for this system have been Africans, because Africans have been the ones who have been oppressed. And maybe because when you're oppressed, you want the system to change, so you wake up more faster than people who are living at a luxury. So that's why there have been a difference of black people realizing that the system is wrong than the other races. Because if you are at luxury, you won't know something is wrong. But when something happens, you wake up. So Neo is told by Morpheus, all these people have been fighting for the system, but you are going to be the one who is going to free people, because the main message of the Matrix that Morpheus tells Neo is that free your mind. You free your mind. Look at the mind look at the world in a different perspectives. And Morpheus tells Neo, I'm trying to free the world. We are trying to free the world, but these people who are trying to free the world are the ones who will be the first ones to be against you. So they'll be the first one to be against you so that you can't free or break them from the system, because most of these people are dependent on the system, like lawyers, teachers. Imagine you go to a politician and tell him that he will remove politics, and that is what is feeding him. You go and tell a teacher, we don't want schools anymore, and that is what is feeding him. You go and tell a lawyer, there's no judges anymore, court cases. They will refuse because that is what is feeding them. Even though we are doing the right thing, they will refuse because that is what that is their day-to-day life. But if they could be looking at the bigger perspective of things, they could let the system change. As long as a tiny part of the system changes, the whole system changes, because this system is like a chain. As long as one part breaks apart, the chain is no longer anymore. At least people will be free as long as one part breaks. But if the system is all intact, because the school is a major thing for the system, that everything that the system has is dependent on each other. The school takes people to university. The school prepares people for university. And after you have reached university and you go to making laws, you make laws to protect the school. So, and the school teaches people to go and make laws, and the laws people make protect the school. The laws people, when you elect people as politicians, they go and make also laws to protect the judges, the corrupt judges. So this system is dependent on each other. So the corrupt judges need the corrupt lawyers. The corrupt lawyers need the corrupt doctors. The corrupt doctors need the corrupt office workmen. So when you can go look for a job, they give you something small. So this system is dependent on each other. So Morpheus tells Neo, you're going to break this system and defeat it. So we see all this time Neo is fighting with the agents. They shoot Neo, but Neo evades the bullet. But when you look at this thing, there's nowhere in this true world that somebody can evade the bullets. Even if somebody gives you some gunshots, you'll die. But Neo evades the gunshot. But I saw an article somewhere where I connected the dots and saw that Neo being freed. As long as you're freed, those bullets that he was being shot at in the Matrix, those bullets were maybe people thoughts, people words, people saying you can't make it. So Neo was evading those things. When the people come and lawyers, maybe those agents being sent, they shoot Neo. Those shooting was a symbolic of people resisting and not allowing the system to change, by pulling Neo down, by telling Neo you can't do it, you can't do this and this and this. Because when you look at this past, no one has ever dodged bullets, or no one has ever done these things, or anything that we know about Morpheus or a dangerous terrorist. But when you see in Matrix, Morpheus is the meaning of dream. So it was the dream for Neo. It was a dream. Morpheus appeared to Neo in a dream and told Neo to wake up. So Morpheus in the real world is the dream for Neo. It has always been a dream for Neo to change the world. So it was the dream for Neo, and Neo eventually took his way to his path and followed his dream. And eventually, when we see the ending of the Matrix, after Matrix, there's Matrix 1, Matrix 2, Matrix 3. Eventually, Neo wins the Matrix, and we see a change in the world. As the Matrix 3 ends, there's a little girl and the Oracle. So Oracle is something else I want to explain in the Matrix, what the Oracle is. Because if you look at this Matrix all the time, this film, these characters were mentioning the name Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Especially when Neo does something, they say, Jesus Christ, what have you done? So it's like an exclamation, they're in shock, but in the real meaning, they're calling Neo Jesus Christ. Just go look at that movie and you'll come and back and tell me, what do you think? But that's the true explanation of that movie. Nothing can be opposed. That's the I'm telling you from the true perspectives. Leave these other people who are telling you things. This is the true meaning of the Matrix. So the oracle in the Matrix was a woman, an old woman, telling Neo, telling Neo what was being prophesied. So an oracle was a prophecy of something happening. If you just look at the word oracle in Google, you'll see it means a prophecy, a person maybe telling a prophecy. So the oracle for me and what I know, maybe the oracle something that gives a prophecy, because Morpheus tells Neo that it was prophesied. There was a man who was born into the Matrix, who was the first one to free the people in the Matrix. That man is the one who gave people the ability to free themselves and to live freely. And when that man left, they anticipated his return. Which person are we anticipating for his return in this world? The only person we are anticipating for his return is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only man who we anticipate for his return. And if you look at what Morpheus told Neo, that he was the man who freed people. He was the man who freed first people. So if you look at this explanation, we see it is Jesus Christ. And if we see it is Jesus Christ, we should link to the Bible and look at things coming from the Bible. So the oracle is basically the Bible. The oracle is a prophecy, because the prophecy says a man will return, which is now Neo has returned. People are waiting for maybe Jesus Christ to return in human form, but according to the Matrix, Jesus returns as Neo. He is born again into this world, and that's why Morpheus believes it is Neo. Because let me tell you, those creators of the Matrix, they were not foolish. These people knew the world and knew what the secrets the world is hiding from the people. Because if they can know that Jesus Christ won't come back with clouds, will come back as just a simple person like Neo, then it means there are some information that have been hidden from us. Because us, we always think that Jesus is coming from heaven with clouds. Why does the Matrix say that Jesus is coming as a normal person, is being given birth again? And as we know, as human population, we know Jesus is coming from heaven. Why is the Matrix? Why is it this small group knows something that we don't know? And after all these years since the movie was released in 1999, nobody has come up with this type of explanation. We still know Jesus is coming out of heaven. The truth has never been told. But this particular small group which created the Matrix know the truth. People know, some small people know the truth. Those are the gatekeepers of the truth. They hold the public from knowing the truth. Because if we know where Jesus will come from and the exact place, location, we'll be anticipating. But that information is there. That's where we have secret societies, Freemasons, things like that. So that's the story. Eventually, as I've told you, the oracle is the Bible. The Bible explains a prophecy that will happen, and people will be saved from the world. People will be saved, and Neo will free people. Yeah, so that is the trilogy of the Matrix. So please subscribe and let us meet tomorrow for the next video, as I fully explain on the how the world mechanism works, and how these societies, Freemason, Illuminatis, how they come up from hiding the truth from the large majority. Because when you have the truth, you have money. Because when you have the truth, you'll have money. Because nothing will make you, because the truth is more valuable than anything in this world. And that's why Jesus came to bring it for free. He freed people, but after freeing people, those people hid the truth that Jesus tried to tell us. But as long as something that they can't take away, the fact that people know Jesus came. Even though we might be away from the truth, at least we are looking towards the truth. We might be away, but we are looking towards it. We know Jesus came, Jesus preached about love, these things, and so far and so far. So one day, eventually, I hope we will win this battle, but I am confident, and I'm humbly confident that we'll win this battle, because that is what we've been looking. We are looking for a world that is free of sickness, a world that we live together, a world that is governed by one government, a world that understands each other as brothers, a world that doesn't exploit each other, a world that what will hurt the world if everybody lives in their own home, catered for free electricity. Because if air is free, God is giving us things for free. This should be a wake-up call for humans, that we should also be our brother's keeper and share these things for free. We create electricity and we share it for free. If God does it, and we are told we are created in the image of God, why are humans so difficult in doing things that God does, and we are created in the image of God? So wake up and free your mind. So let's meet in the next episode, and please subscribe to my channel for more. And thank you so much for your time.